Hello students, Bensky here and welcome to week 3 of our quarter. So we're moving right along, aren't we? So I hope you had a good last week, week 2, both as quarter as a whole and in our class. Hope you went outside and enjoyed the night sky, finding the Big Dipper and Arcturus and Cassiopeia and the North Star and those sort of things. Going outside and recognizing the night sky, is a very empowering thing to me personally. I just feel like it becomes familiar and it's just something else I can sort of own about my environment. So I hope you continue maybe just to go look up once in a while at the Big Dipper as you're wheeling out your trash bins at night or you're out camping or something like that. But you can definitely impress your social circle at night if you start pointing up, telling us some things that you recognize in the night sky. So hope you enjoyed that. So the big event, different event this week is we have an exam this week in our class, which will be Thursday during normal class time on Canvas. By the time you're watching this, a complete study guide should be posted. The only things I'll say here in the video, I don't want to take up much of your time, it will be a comparatively long exam for 50 minutes in excess of 100 questions. The exam is definitely written for the prepared student who has really been diligent and watched all the videos and took notes and things like that, and you just come in there and just take this exam in 50 minutes to the tune of maybe 20-30 seconds per question and just get it done. Okay, so it is possible that some of you won't finish the exam, and that's just the way it's going to go, but it will be sort of a very comprehensive exam. The style is very similar to those reading quiz questions that I've been posting all the while. Okay, and the only caveat, and make sure you look at this, read this carefully, or know this carefully, it's in the study guide, is that yes, all of the material that is new for this week, that's the videos and the reading, are on the exam. So all the deadlines are as normal. Video check-ins due next Sunday night. The lab and the reading quiz due next Monday, 8 a.m. But because we have an exam, get it all in your head, and it is fair game for the exam on Thursday. In other words, the exam is over the first full 3 weeks of content in our class. Okay, I'm doing it primarily because I'd like to start something new after this 3 weeks. I just want to clear everything out. Okay, so new videos should be posted. The new quiz should be posted by the time you're reading this. We have a new lab that involves doing some measurements of the sun this week, so we won't be outside. It'll be something during the day. And the key topic that we're going to be doing this week is the motion of the sky, the motion of the sky. So we're going to start to wonder a bit about the stars. Why do they rise? Why do they set? Why is it we can see some stars and not some other ones? Okay, like for example, we have a student in a small southern town in Mexico at the moment taking our class, and she's going to have trouble seeing the Big Dipper because she's so far south. You know, what does our location on Earth have to do with this? Okay, so that's all what the celestial sphere is about. And let me just tell you that the key term for the sky is celestial sphere. Celestial meaning things in the sky, and sphere meaning a sphere. And so what it's about is, imagine if the Earth is sitting here like this, and you surrounded the Earth with a big blanket, like a big spherical blanket that went around the Earth in all directions. And imagine you're on the inside of that blanket on the Earth, looking up at the inside of that blanket. What would you see? Well, if all the stars were painted on the inside of that blanket, then, remember, here's the Earth and here's that blanket that goes all around it, you would sort of see a mapping of the sky, but you would have a model for how the sky works, because what you'll do is you'll assume that the Earth is not rotating, although we know it really is, it's just a model, and that blanket is rotating. So what would you see? Well, if that blanket is rotating, you're looking on the inside of that blanket with all those stars painted on it, you would see the sky moving. So it turns out this thing called the celestial sphere is a very useful model for understanding how the sky works. Stars rising and setting and how long they're up and how long they're down. Here's just an example of another way you can think of the celestial sphere. Is I have my Cal Poly umbrella here. See that? I got it at a football game, I think. And what we can do then is we can imagine that the stars are on the inside of this umbrella here. So this is supposed to be the North Star right here at the center of the umbrella, right? Because the sky rotates around that. And then, oops, I'm hitting my microphone there. And then, if you can look at it here, let me get my hand out of the way for you here, like maybe right here. You can see I have my Big Dipper on my Big Dipper stars painted on the inside of the umbrella. So here's the handle right here, and here's the bowl of the Big Dipper, and of course the 2 pointer stars up here are pointing straight up to the North Star, as they always do. And so the way we'll imagine the celestial sphere is that you're sitting still on the Earth, and the umbrella or the blanket is a thing that moves like this. And so you see we're already getting a little image about how the sky works. So right now, this time of year, the Big Dipper is about in this configuration here. It's very low in the sky, and I know some of you are struggling to see it over buildings and mountains and things, just the way it works. But at 5 a.m., you know, it rotates up to something like like this, and so you can see the Big Dipper sort of over on its side like that, and it sort of keeps going, and maybe in the spring at night it's really high like that, so the Big Dipper is easy to see, but then Cassiopeia is way down here and you can't see it. But that's the model of the celestial sphere. Get some object like a blanket or an umbrella, and imagine that it's rotating around you on the Earth. And you just have get all kinds of nice insights about how the sky works. Some of the way, in particular, as I mentioned, the way stars rise and set and that sort of thing. So that'll be the topic for this week, and that final and third topic, that's fair game for the final exam. Okay? So, once again, the schedule for the week, celestial sphere is the topic, exam Thursday. All deadlines are normal, but this week 3 content, fair game for the exam. And that's about all I have for you. So, I still think Slack continues to work for us. I had a very busy week. Corresponding with many of you, which I enjoy and welcome, so keep that coming. We can paste graphics in between, back and forth with one another, right in the Slack chat here. Some of the Slacks went on to a little Zoom conversation, which I really enjoyed, and I hope it helped those of you that we did Zoom with. And so that continues to work for me. So I just feel like people who want to communicate with their professor, me, are able to do so. And if you haven't and you have any question, I encourage you to do so. Look forward to hearing from you. Okay, everyone? So I'll bid you goodbye for now. I'll see you on Slack as always. And that exam Thursday will start promptly at 8:10 on Canvas. I will get on Slack around 7:30 to quell any last minute questions and things like that. And we'll just do it that way, okay? So I'll see you on Slack, and I'll see you all Thursday morning for our exam, okay? Bye, everyone. Have a nice week, okay?